As I sit here, I'm sort of daydreaming a little bit about Microsoft and what it's going to be like if the Activision deal goes through. And obviously, everybody's going to have a different kind of idea and a different take on what would happen if that does go through. Now, I think it's still kind of a long shot. We will know sooner or later, obviously, how this is going to play out. But in the meantime, a lot of people are speculating about what it means and what it will mean in terms of the Activision games, Blizzard games, all these types of games coming to Xbox. I think that we are definitely at a particular point in time where we're starting to see, just some big things and big ideas come about, right? Like for me personally, I've mentioned this numerous times before. I want to see, Rock Band come back. I want to see Tony Hawk come back. These were games that had huge followings. I want to see them come back. You know what? I don't even care if they're exclusive. I just would like to see them come back. And you know what? I think, honestly, something like a new Rock Band would be fantastic, because even if that was in Game Pass, people would have to buy like the instruments or whatever, so it would probably sell pretty well. And I think one of the things that really hurt Rock Band, listen, I'm a fan of it. I'm looking over right now, and I've got Guitar Hero games, I've got Rock Band games, I've got a good like 6-7 different games from the 360 era. The problem was that there was too many of these games in a short period of time, so obviously that's going to be a bit of a problem. Now, a game that people were hoping would come to Xbox Game Pass and sooner rather than later would be Diablo, right? Diablo 4. So back in March of this year, Blizzard confirmed ahead of the launch that Diablo 4 was not in fact coming to Xbox Game Pass, but the ongoing Activision Blizzard deal has continued to stir speculation about its eventual arrival. That speculation came to another inflection point this week when the Brazilian digital retail insider listed Diablo 4 as an Xbox Game Pass title, but the developer team has once again confirmed that the game isn't coming to Game Pass for now. Mike Ibarra, president of Blizzard Entertainment, revealed that the listing was incorrect in reply to Game Pass Tracker on Twitter. Ibarra didn't mince words when letting us all know that Diablo 4 on Game Pass isn't in the pipeline, at least for right now. So Game Pass Tracker, which on Twitter has like a lot of the games, and you can check them out and see what they have and things like that, says there's a Brazilian payments app called PicPay that recently said Diablo 4 is available on Game Pass. It's an official gift card retailer in Brazil, and the post translates to available now, get it or play it through Xbox Game Pass. Mike Ibarra said this is not happening as a response to that. Of course, if and when the Activision deal does go through, it's expected that titles like Diablo 4 would come to Game Pass. However, library editions such as Diablo 4 or even the deal going through at all are by no means confirmed at this stage of the game, as we're still waiting for Judge Corley to come out and, make some kind of announcement regarding this. And the reason why a lot of us are still kind of wondering is that we expected something last Friday. We expected something yesterday. There's a lot of different things to kind of take in at this particular juncture, right? Like a lot of us are expecting this to actually, come about or whatever, the way that it has. But, again, I honestly didn't expect Microsoft to do the things that they've done with some of these instances, right? But again, the fact that we're kind of closing in on what's going on, I don't blame them for not getting, like, a lot of people go, well, why don't they just save that $70 billion and, just buy some exclusive rights or buy Diablo or Call of Duty? Well, according to the documents that we saw, to buy Call of Duty for like a year, and that's not even exclusivity, right? Would cost them between $4 and $5 billion. And again, that would not generate $4 to $5 billion in revenue, so it makes no sense. Now, if you buy Call of Duty over a period of time, yeah, then at that particular time, you have a situation where, you're going to be able to recoup your money. Just doing that for a year or two, you're going to lose billions of dollars that way. It doesn't make sense. So people really don't understand business and how this stuff works. They just expect Microsoft to be able to go out there and, hey, spend, $10 billion on something you don't own. It really makes no sense to do that. I mean, think about it this way. They literally bought Ninja Theory, a complete developer, for $117 million, right? That's, to me, says a lot, right? People don't understand, they think Microsoft just has all this money, and Microsoft as a company does, but again, Xbox is different than Microsoft, and I think a lot of us have to kind of understand that as things kind of go along. So we do get that confirmation that, the game isn't coming to Game Pass, or it isn't in Game Pass. We've seen similar things, and I would suppose that a lot of these developers don't really want, games to be confirmed for Game Pass, or, I don't know about confirmed, but they don't want their games to be assumed that they're going to be in Game Pass, because that would indeed probably slow down some sales. People wait for things. And again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Microsoft wants people to, use Game Pass for these types of things, but at the same time, it doesn't always make the most sense for them to do that, because, like I said, it would cost way more than it would bring in. So you have to kind of keep that in mind as well. Now, things are always bound to change. I think, one of the things that a lot of people are excited for is when this happens, when this deal, if it does happen to go through, we would probably see all of the Activision games of the past end up in Game Pass, in a very, I think, good move by them, just like they did with the Bethesda titles. I think like every Bethesda title is in Game Pass, and that's a big deal. I think you add that content, it's a big deal. I also think Microsoft having stuff in there, a lot of it that doesn't leave, and the first party stuff doesn't leave, I think that would be a big deal, because it really kind of shows what they're doing, and it kind of shows exactly kind of what's going on in terms of, hey, we have this plan, we have this idea with how we want everything to kind of be. And I like that, like Microsoft has come a long way. Again, I've stated this numerous times, and people still think that I'm a something or other. It's just one of those things where I'm kind of looking at this and I'm going, Microsoft has really come a long way, and people still, for some reason, won't give them the benefit of the doubt for it. So hopefully they can get something worked out sooner rather than later. I'm excited for it. Are you guys excited to see the Activision stuff go on? Are you do you want to see all this Activision Blizzard stuff go in there? Are you disappointed that Diablo 4 isn't in there? I think Diablo 4 is a really good game. Obviously, I've kind of gotten so far in it, and then I don't want to say I've given up, but a lot of people that I know, and I have friends that play that game nonstop, they grind it for days and days and days, and I'm interested in just beating the game and I guess kind of moving on, and apparently that's not a Diablo thing. So I don't know, it is for me, just it's a fun game. I enjoy playing it with friends. But again, I enjoy playing Redfall with friends. So what do I know, right? Let me know what you think. Check out the article. I'm going to link it below. Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.